It feels like if you're going to take just one hunter, you don't really want it to just be Marty. And this is why I'm glad we didn't go directly into what the priority picks were going to be. You could have given me 15, 20 minutes. Oh, how long's it been? You could have given me 2.5 hours or an hour and a half, however long we've delayed here. I would never have predicted this Jormungandr in first slot.
Toast.
Recently, Jorm has become one of the most contested gods in the SPL, being first picked or banned in nearly every set. Yet, one patch ago, Jorm had one of the lowest pick ban rates in the game. So what changed? For a long time, I've held the belief that Jorm was being underrated by the community. In 10.1, our smite rated him the 9th worst god, the worst guardian and the 2nd worst solo. In 10.2, our smite rated him the 6th worst god, the worst guardian and the 3rd worst solo. In 10.3, our smite rated him the 2nd worst god in the game, with only Erlang being worse. In 10.4, our smite rated Jorm the 5th worst god in the game. In 10.5, Jorm received a small buff to his 2, decreasing the cooldown by 1 second, and a buff to his 3 that increased his movement speed. Despite the buffs, the community was adamant that Jorm was still underperforming. But I was experiencing something different. Near the end of Season 9 I was a hard-stuck Diamond 2 support main, frustrated that I couldn't solo queue my way into Masters. I decided I'd try out solo lane, to see if I could have more impact on the game, and rely on my team less. I stumbled upon Jorm, and was able to hit Masters as a solo laner for the first time. When the Season 10 patch notes came out, I was ecstatic. Sundering Axe got a buff, Stone of Binding got a T3 upgrade, Glad Shield could be built on Jorm, Divine Ruin had a damage proc, and Tablet of Destinies was introduced. Everything worked in Jorm's favor, and then the 10.1 bonus update came out. They buffed Tablet to 0.14%. Jorm was insane. At this point, I was doing better than ever in Ranked. I had hit Grandmasters and was ranked number 1 on the Jorm leaderboards. During this patch, our smite rated him the 6th worst character in the game. Because I was having so much personal success with Jorm, it was baffling to me to see the community continue to rate Jorm so low. After 10.5 ended, I made a post on Reddit showing that Jorm had the highest win rate out of all the gods in Masters. But due to the low pick rate, people felt the data wasn't reliable enough. 1 week after that post, Jorm became the most contested god in the SPL. So what changed in 10.6 that made pros decide Jorm was so valuable? Was his ability to zone the Stygian beacon valued? Was lane pressure more important in 10.6? Did the damage nerf to other classes make his proc-based damage more valuable? Was getting off his ult more reliable now, due to burst mages not being meta? While I'm sure that had an effect, the real reason that Jorm became meta comes down to one simple fact. After solo or troll rated Jorm F tier, I got in-game and killed him a bunch with Jorm. Then, everyone copied me. Between that and the Reddit post, I single-handedly changed the SPL meta.
Please
Follow me, with an impressive physique and a unique attribute, my legs stand as a testament to my strength and dedication.
Show me the
By
subscribe
subscribing
and
to
follow
me,
my Twitch.
you'll
I love
witness
it.
firsthand the power